Alright guys, I'm going to start this video off with a quick brief introduction on myself, as I know a number of you will be wondering who I am and what I do. Well, basically, I'm a competitive Call of Duty player on the Xbox 360, and I've been competing now at events for a number of years all around the world, and I go by the alias Tommey. I currently play for an organisation called eWin. It's a new one, but I've known the people who started it up for a long time, and we're working together to hopefully bring it up as one of the best around the world. But yeah, anyway, back to this. I got contacted by Razer a few weeks ago about a personal sponsorship, and I'm happy to say it's actually gone ahead, and I'm going to be creating some YouTube content for the Razer Academy. It will be a number of videos just from my point of view of how you can all better yourselves at the game, and little tips and tricks which will help along the way. But saying that, this one is just going to be the pure basics, so don't be put off by watching this one and thinking, oh, it's not really going to be that good of a series. I'm just starting off from the bare minimum. I'm going to work up to the highest. But yeah, for this one it literally will just be the bare minimum, and just the most of you will probably think, oh, it's just not obvious stuff and just what everyone does, but it's not. I get asked this stuff on a daily basis, so I'll start off with this. Just leave that lobby there. Right, so this look sensitivity is one of the main questions I get asked about. What's my sensitivity? Because people would like to play on the same sensitivity as I do, but personally I'd say not to do that. It's what suits you best. So if I play on 6 and the person asks me, I tell that to the person who's asking me, then they go ahead and try and play on 6, it probably won't help them out, because if you're an assault rifle player, you preferably want to play on a lower sensitivity, around 2 or 3, as you're not going to be constantly running into like the main action. You'll be holding back, sitting down, trying to pick people off, and you don't really want your crosshairs flying all over the place. You want a steady aim for that to happen. But then if you're an SMG player, you want a much higher sensitivity. Well, not much higher, but around a 4 to 5, maybe 6. So because then you can move it quicker when you're running around trying to push the other team's objective. Whatever you're doing, it works out a lot better that way. You don't really want to be running around on a 2 sensitivity, slowly moving your crosshair, as a majority of the time the other person will have quicker reactions and just take you out. But then, as you can see, mine is 6, but that's purely because I've always played on a high sensitivity, and I don't play just one particular role. I snipe, SMG and AR. I play in between them all. Like, I'm sort of versatile player for the team I'm in. So that is one of the things you need to get right. You need to make sure your sensitivity fits what you do, and then that from there it will gradually, you'll see what I mean. And then the graphic settings, the safe area, it tells you to put the arrows to adjust the safe area on my screen. So you want the arrows at the edge of your screen. That's what it tells you to do. But what this does is, on Call of Duty, the radar in the top left, the HUD, and the ammo and everything are on the edge of your screen. That means it'll put it to the very edge of your screen. But the radar is one of the most important things when you're playing competitive Call of Duty, that you need to be always utilise it. You need to make sure you're always trying to look at it, see where your team are, see where the opposition are, and you need to just, that is one of the main things that I focus on when I'm playing, as it dictates what I do. If I see one of my team push up on the left and I'm not looking at the radar and I go left, then there's 2 of us the same way, and it just leaves a straight little road for the other team to just go straight down. So if you're keeping your eye on that and your whole team are, then you'll always have the map locked down. So if you put it smaller, it brings it in closer, which is a lot better. I tend to have mine around there, so it's not too far in the screen that blocks it, so it's just around, just at the top of that ledge, well, the top left, it's just around that little area. I personally have colorblind assist on, because I'm not colorblind. The colors are more visible on the radar and on your screen when you've got colorblind assist on, so it tends to help. And moving away from the options, there's not really more you can edit with, but once you've got all that all set up and that's all done, then that's pretty much just the basics of how you can then progress and start to learn new things, and you'll see yourself improve. But as I said, one of the main points is the radar. You always need to be looking at that, where your team is, and then it dictates what you do next. So just gonna go into a custom game, and then I'll talk a little bit about classes. So as you can see, I've got a variety of classes, 2 AR classes, but then in competitive play, you need to make sure on this game you have a pick 10 system, meaning you can pick 10 different things. So you can just have a secondary and then you get rid of something else. But you want to, it's really changed competitive play, this has, because as everyone says, there's a counter for everything on this game. So as long as you have a variety of different classes, as you can see on this, I have hardwired and toughness. Hardwired blocks out EMPs, which get rid of your whole crosshair, your HUD, everything. Whereas toughness, when you get shot at, it reduces the flinch. So that class is for when I'm running around more, whereas this one, the assault rifle, I have dexterity and just toughness, where I'm more sitting at the back, and dexterity flicks your gun up quicker when you go into aim. So I have the upper hand on an opponent if he hasn't got that. But there's not really much more you can talk about classes, which, well, there is, but I'll go more into that in the next episode, as this one, as I said, I'm just talking about the basics, and that was just like a little quick talk over that. But then in competitive play and at competitions at LAN events, the main monitors used are around 22 to 24 inch screens with, I think, 0.2 ms delay. It may be less, but you really need to make sure that your monitor isn't like an old, if you're really trying to get into it, hasn't got a big ms delay, which you can tell. Say if I had this monitor here and my PC monitor, which my PC monitor's got a 5 ms delay, if I tried to play on this and I'd move my analog stick and up on the screen, it would take 0.5, half a second to actually move on the screen, whereas on a 0.2 it's minimal, and it helps out a lot, as I used to play on a big old bulky TV, and then I didn't really know anything about it, got my monitor, and I started playing a lot better. But yeah, as I said, this video is just about the basics. Just gonna try to draw some few people in, newcomers to the game, see what people think about it. Give me some feedback on what you'd like to know in the next video for Razer, what you'd like to hear about, how you'd like me to how you'd like me to talk about different things on the game, and yeah, just anything along those lines. Just put it in the comments or contact me on Twitter. I'll be happily talk to any of you. But yeah, a big thanks to Razer for giving me the personal sponsorship and letting me create some content for their YouTube. I'll hopefully have the next episode up in a week's time, probably have them up every single week. But yeah, thanks for watching this. I'll leave a few more details in the description, which make sure you hit the subscribe button, and yeah, thank you.